Now that you've seen all the eyeshadow swatches on my skin tone, I'm just going to show you my top 5 ways that I have been using Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette. I also am going to provide a quick review. That way you'll know my feelings towards the palette. Kristen started her YouTube channel back in February of 2009. She was a student as well as a mother full-time, and her love of cosmetics is what brought her to sit in front of that camera. Kristen moved to Los Angeles in January of 2014, and she joined some other fellow stylists under the Ipsy Cosmetic monthly subscription box service. So she became one of their featured stylists. Now, even though she had the Ipsy gig, she was doing content for her own YouTube channel, of course, and getting recognized and growing her channel, as well as working on projects behind the scene. Her love of makeup and her dream of having her own cosmetic line was always there. Kristen made Forbes list in 2017 as one of the top and powerful influencers in the beauty industry. That's also when she launched her cosmetic brand and named it Dominique Cosmetics. The Latte palette is the first product that comes from the brand, and Kristen named the Latte palette Latte because of her love of coffee. Now it's June of 2018 and the Latte palette is now available. It has its stand inside of Ulta stores for us to pick up in store, swatch and play with. Makes it very accessible for its customers. Latte palette is marketed as a palette for all skin tones. It's marketed for everyone. It's marketed for all eye colors, and also it's marketed for all skill levels as far as your makeup artistry. So whatever level you're at, beginner to advanced, you should be able to feel comfortable with this palette. It also is advertised as an everyday neutral lovers palette. So we're going to have those tones of browns and tans and oranges, slight orange, that you can wear on a day to night basis. So we have a darker brown to kind of help deepen up your areas of your crease and lower lash line. Then of course, if you want to jazz it up for night, for whatever you plan on doing, you have those pops of jewel tones, the blue and the purple, to knock it up a notch. The palette is housed in a rose gold sleeve, which you can leave in if you'd like. Has the information on the back, ingredients, and the pans and so forth. Slide it out of its case, and there it is. It's white. It has the rose gold etching in the front and in the back. Looks really bright because against the white wall. The palette has a magnetic closure. Pretty solid there. Has a mirror and then the pans right there with the names of each eyeshadow on the actual packaging. The Latte palette contains 7 mattes and 3 shades in which I would consider them to be a metallic foil finish. I believe they're advertised as only a foil, but I consider it to be metallic. You just wait till I start talking about some of these shades. Of course, the first way and number one way I've been using the Latte palette is as eyeshadow, as how I have it on today. Just my lower lash line smoked out, but I've done my entire eye. I've worn it multiple ways. I've been digging into this palette. Now, each eyeshadow shade I feel swatches and performs on the eye as true to life in the pan, meaning the color that you see in the pan is the color that I see on my lid, with the exception of one and only one, and that shade is Creme Brulee. Down here, Creme Brulee, if I'm not saying it a little fancy. When I use Creme Brulee with my finger, it will turn and look foiled and quite like a metallic finish on my eyes. But when I use it with a brush, I feel that it's toned down. That's just how it is on my eyes. However, I can wear it on my face like I have it on right now as a highlighter, and I mean I have instant high shine. So that is the only eyeshadow in which I feel it's probably best suited for the face, but that's just my opinion. Each eyeshadow blends fine on the eyes. I didn't have any type of patchiness. I don't have any areas in which I would see skipping. I am pleased with the amount that's on the brush and how it is deposited into my eye as I'm blending it out and creating an eyeshadow look. So I am pleased with the formula, and I'm pleased with how the shadows perform. The second way I've been using the palette is an under eye setting powder. Now again, Kristen mentioned in her reveal video that you can use vanilla cream underneath your eyes to brighten, to set your concealer as well. When I try the vanilla cream on my medium dark skin, now for me, the brightness it's a lot more intense than what I want, and I feel it doesn't look natural. So what I did is I moved over to caramel, and I put caramel on top of vanilla cream, and it started to cancel it out, and it produces that brightening effect that I like, which is subtle. So I feel that if you have fair skin, your light complexion, that vanilla cream would work best for you, and you can use it as an under eye brightener. But if you have darker skin, I feel that caramel would work best for our skin tone. Next up is bronzer. I've been using Hazelnut as my bronzer. It has that kiss of red in it that I love. Hazelnut just blends into my cheeks, blends into my temples, and it looks sun-kissed. It looks natural. And it's matte, which is what I prefer. I think it was 2 videos back I said, oh, I'm wearing a bronzer, but I can't say what it is. This is what I had on. I'm going to get lots of use out of Hazelnut. I have it on right now too. Love it. Now for number 4, Mocha. Mocha is my contour, and that's also my contour that I have been using in some videos as well, and how I have it on today. Now, Mocha is a rich brown. It's a chocolate brown, but it has a little bit of warmth. So like Hazelnut has that kiss of red, the Mocha has that kiss of warmth. So on my warm undertone, it's not going to turn gray. It's not going to look unrealistic on my skin tone. It just gives that little bit of pop, that warmth that I need. That color is perfect as a contour shade, and also for the nose. That's how I've been using it as well. My 5th way of using the palette is as a highlighter. Now these 3 down here, the metallic foil shades, I have been dipping into Espresso and using that as my tear duct. When I was watching Espresso on my eyelid, of course I cut it out, but I go, oh, how Espresso looks on the eyeshadow. Just primer, that's it. I didn't wet the brush, nothing. This shade is absolutely incredible. I'm like, It's just a shade that you have to swatch it. It is so beautiful on the eyes. So I do use it as a tear duct and of course as eyeshadow. Now as a highlighter, because I feel it has a lot more other flecks inside of it, I don't use it as a highlighter. I think it's a little bit too much. Oh, I can't believe I said that, but it's how I feel. These two here, macchiato, if I'm even saying it right, I apologize, and creme brulee. Those two look beautiful as highlighters. So what I do is I take creme brulee first. Now this is the one that I feel is a little bit funky on my eyes, but I take it with my eyeshadow brush like I did today and I lay that down first. I blend it out. And what I like to do is in the higher points up here is where I put macchiato. So I just put that up there and I think it looks beautiful. I'm going to throw in one extra one to grow on, only because I've been doing it that way. The powders perform great on the cheeks, so why not? Hazelnut, pumpkin spice, and double shot. I almost said cold brew. Double shot. Those three shades, I've been using them as blush. They blend out as blush. They're matte blushes, and it's a beautiful shade for my complexion. So of course, hazelnut, that darker orange brown shade on my cheeks, pumpkin spice, orange, and then double shot is that plum. Now I have on the purple on my cheeks today, and it doesn't appear as a shocking purple as what it looks like in the pan. Purple actually starts to turn as it adjusts to your skin tone and your temperature. It starts to kind of almost go into a pink shift. So I think it looks beautiful and very natural. That's 5 different ways that you can use one eyeshadow palette. That's 5 extra items eliminated from your travel bag, eliminated from your routine. You have it all right here, all housed in a nice flat palette. This palette, I feel, is very cost effective because it branches out and will offer other versatile ways to use it. I think the palette is a steal for that reason alone. I do hope this video has been helpful for you and also has given you some additional insights as to how you can also use the palette for your everyday makeup needs. Let me know if you already own it and how is it working out for you. I'd love to know. Leave some comments. Have a wonderful day or evening. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I always appreciate that. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.